Hi, good morning to everyone. Today we are discuss the topic is derive the expression for the intensity at a point where the intensity of light occurs. Arrive at the conditions for maximum and the zero intensity. First we are deriving the expression for the intensity of the two interference waves. For that purpose we are considering the two waves. Consider two interfacing light waves coming from the two different sources. That means here we are considering the interference of the two waves. Those are coming from the two different sources. So for this we have the equations, the expressions for the displacements. The displacements of the two rays is given by the intensity can be expressed in the form of a displacement equation. Here y1, the first source having the equation y1 equal to a cos omega t, and the y2 second source is having the expression y2 equal to a cos omega t plus phi. That means there exists some phase difference between these two waves. We are considering the two waves coming from the two different sources. Those equations can be represented with their displacements. The displacement is represented with y. Here we are taking two different sources. So the first wave having the displacement y1 equal to a cos omega t. This is the expression for the displacement expression for the interference wave. And second wave having the equation y2 equal to a cos omega t plus phi. Here phi indicates phase difference. That means here two waves are interference are coming from two different sources. So they are having certain phase difference between them. Phase means it represents the state. Okay, so we have the, in this equation, A represents the amplitude, omega represents the angular frequency, and phi represents the phase difference between the two waves. That means these two waves are traveling in this direction and this wave, second wave is traveling in this direction. That having certain phase difference between these two waves, that is the, that indicates with phi. So we know that. We know the superposition principle. We are from the principle of superposition of the rays, the resultant vector is given by the resultant displacement. We are considering here just two waves. For example, we are considering n waves. That means the displacement, the resultant displacement will be equal to y equal to y1 plus y2 plus and so on yn. But here we are considering just two waves. We will discuss in chapter starting, wave optics starting, we will discuss the resultant displacement for giving n waves and for giving two waves also. So in this here we are using just two sources. So the resultant displacement y will be equal to y1 plus y2. Now substitute y1 value and y2 value. Y equal to a cos omega t plus a cos omega t plus phi. So but we have the trigonometry equation. Everybody knows the trigonometry equation. Cos a plus cos b gives the cos a plus cos b will be equal to 2a cos a plus b by 2 into cos a minus b by 2. This is our trigonometry equation. By using this equation we can simplify the our expression. So the equation 3 gives the y resultant displacement y will be equal to. So by using this trigonometry formula cos a plus cos b. Here cos a is cos of omega t plus phi is the cos a term and omega t is the cos b term we are considering here. So 2a cos a plus b. Cos a is omega t plus phi plus omega t by 2. B is the omega t. And similarly cos a minus b. Cos omega t plus phi minus omega t by 2. This is cos a minus b by 2. Now for the simplification, omega t plus omega t gives 2 omega t plus phi by 2 and plus omega t minus omega t will be cancelled and we will get cos of phi by 2. So by using this 2 omega t by 2, 2 cancel omega t, cos omega t plus phi by 2, cos phi by 2. So 2a cos phi by 2 and cos omega t plus phi by 2. For this equation we will get this 2a cos phi by 2 can be taken as r. That is the amplitude, term amplitude of the resultant wave. Or considering AR, amplitude of the resultant wave. Kabatti we are considering r equal to 2a cos phi by 2. So the resultant intensity of the resultant, the intensity of the resultant wave is, we have the relation, the intensity, the resultant intensity is obviously proportional to the square of the resultant amplitude. Here the resultant amplitude will be taken as r. So the intensity, we will find out the intensity. So the intensity I is proportional to r square. We have r value 2a cos phi by 2. So I equal to 4a square cos square 5 by 2. But here a square will be considered as I naught. Then the intensity of the resultant wave will be given by I equal to 4 I naught cos square 5 by 2. For this we can find out the next maximum and minimum terms in interference of the two light sources. So for this, once I will repeat it. Here we are finding out the expression for the intensity of the two interfering light waves coming from the two different sources. For this purpose we are considering two different sources, those are having certain phase difference. So the resultant displacement of the each wave can be taken as y1 and y2. y1 will be taken as a cos omega t plus a cos omega t and y2 will be equal to a cos omega t plus y. That means these two are having certain phase difference phi. So we are find out the resultant displacement by using the superposition principle. We know that y equal to we have two waves kabatti y equal to y1 plus y2. Then substitute the values of y1 and y2 in your resultant displacement y. Here a is the amplitude term, omega is the angular frequency and phi is the phase difference between the two waves. Here we are using the trigonometric formula cos a plus cos b. Here a will be taken as cos omega t plus phi and omega t plus phi is the a value, b is the omega t. So substitute cos a plus cos b will be equal to 2a cos a plus b by 2 into cos a minus b by 2. On substituting these values in the trigonometric formula, we will get the resultant displacement, that is y equal to 2a cos phi by 2 into cos of omega t plus phi by 2. So in this, the 2a cos phi by 2 gives the resultant amplitude. That means for the superposition of these two waves we will observe a result interference pattern and we will get the different wave. That is the resultant wave amplitude and resultant wave displacement here. In this displacement equation we will get 2a cos phi by 2 is the resultant amplitude. By using resultant amplitude we will find out the resultant intensity of the resultant means the combination of two, the superimposition of the two different waves combined together to form another new wave. By using the interference pattern, that wave displacement is there and the amplitude is. So for that intensity will be equal, the intensity obviously proportional to the square of the resultant amplitude. Resultant intensity will be proportional to resultant amplitude. Here amplitude will be taken as r. I is proportional to r square. I equal to 4 I naught cos square 5 by 2. I naught is nothing but a square. Now we will find out the maximum and minimum intensities. So now describe the next condition is condition for maximum intensity. Here we are find out the intensity of the resultant wave. Now we will find out the condition for the maximum intensity. How we will get the maximum intensity? So in this we are considering the condition for maximum intensity when cos square 5 by 2. Here the intensity term is I equal to 4 I naught cos square 5 by 2. Now the cos square 5 by 2 will be equal to 1. We will get the resultant intensity is maximum intensity. So the maximum value of the resultant intensity will be taken as I maximum equal to cos square 5 by 2 is replaced with 1. Then we will get I equal to 4 I naught. I maximum will be equal to 4 I naught. This is our maximum intensity condition. So thus the condition for the maximum intensity is, we will get the maximum intensity, the phi value becomes phi equal to 0, 1, 0, plus or minus 2 pi or plus or minus 4 pi and so on. That means phi value will be taken as plus or minus 2 n pi. Here n is substituted with 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now n is substituted, 0 is substituted in n, 2 into 0 into pi, that means 0, phi equal to 0. N equal to 1, 2 pi plus or minus 2 pi, n equal to 2, 2 2s are 4, 4 pi. Here the phi value will be taken as plus or minus 2 n pi and n will be taken the values 0, 1, 2, 3 for the maximum intensity. Now the minimum intensity. So condition for the 0 intensity or minimum intensity. Minimum 0 intensity means the resultant intensity becomes 0. That means I minimum will be equal to 0. When I minimum will be equal to 0, cos square 5 by 2 will be equal to 0. Then we will get I minimum will be equal to 0. Here by using this equation only, I equal to 4 I naught cos square 5 by 2. So I minimum equal to 0. So the condition for the minimum intensity, we will take the 5 values. cos phi equal to plus or minus pi, plus or minus 3 pi, plus or minus 5 pi, and so on. Cos of 0, cos square pi by 2, cos square 2 pi by 2, cos square 3 pi, cos square pi, 5 we can replace it with pi. So cos square pi by 2, cos square 3 pi by 2, cos square 5 pi by 2 gives the value 0. So for this the phi can be taken as equation value plus or minus 2n plus 1 into pi. Now substitute here n will be equal to not 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. N equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. We can substitute n place of 1, 2 1s are 2 plus 1, 3 pi. N equal to 2, 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5 pi by 2. Now this is the value of minimum intensity. So this is the 4 marks question, very important one, and once I will repeat it. In this class we will discuss derive the expression for the interference of the two different sources and find the expressions for the maximum and minimum or zero intensities. For this purpose we are considering the two different sources. Two different sources are superimposed to each other. We will get the interference pattern and get the resultant wave. So each individual source having the displacement equation, the displacement can be mentioned with y. So the source, the first wave having the displacement equation y1 equal to a cos omega t, and the second wave having the equation y2 equal to a cos omega t plus phi. Here phi is the phase difference between the two waves. That means here we are considering two waves, those are having certain phase difference. So in this a is the resultant amplitude, omega is the angular frequency, and phi is the phase difference. So the resultant wave having the displacement y will be equal to, by using the superimposition theorem, the resultant displacement will be equal to the sum of the individual displacements. So for this purpose we are using here two displacements. Y will be equal to y1 plus y2. Y is the resultant displacement. So substitute the y1 and y2 values in that y. We will get y equal to a cos omega t plus a cos omega t plus phi. So for this a will be same for both sides. So a can be common. Y equal to a into cos omega t plus phi plus cos omega t. So this equation looks like a trigonometric formula cos a plus cos b. We have the relation 2 cos a plus b by 2 cos a minus b by 2. By using this trigonometric equation we can solve the equation and find the resultant displacement. Y will be equal to 2a cos omega t plus phi by 2 into cos phi by 2. Here 2a cos phi by 2 will be taken as the resultant amplitude. That means will be taken as r. So we know the intensity of the resultant wave. Intensity will be proportional to square of the amplitude. I is proportional to r square. R is nothing but 2a cos phi by 2. So the resultant intensity I will be equal to how much? 4 I naught cos square phi by 2. I naught is nothing but a square. So now we are find out the maximum and minimum intensities. So the maximum intensity will be get by using cos square phi by 2 will be equal to 1. That means I equal to 4 I naught. That is the maximum condition for the resultant wave. So in this the phi will be taken as 2n pi plus or minus 2n pi. N we have the value 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And next one is the condition for the zero intensity. Now we will get the 0. That means I minimum will be equal to 0 when cos square phi by 2 will be equal to 0. That means phi will have the values 2 plus or minus 2n plus 1 into pi will be equal to pi equal to, and then where phi equal to plus or minus 2n plus 1 into pi. Here n equal to values 1, 2, 3 and so on. Next we will discuss the next topics. Now we are discussing the next question. What is Malus law and the Brewster's law? These two questions are given for 2 marks questions only. So in this wave optics we will get the 4 marks questions and 2 marks questions only. So we have 4 marks questions and 2 marks questions. These two questions are coming for 2 marks. So the first one is the what is Malus law? According to Malus law, when a fully polished light is, when a fully polarized light is incident on an analyzer, the intensity of the light coming out of it changes with the square of the cosine of the angle made by the transmission planes of analyzer and polarization. The expression for the Malus law is given by I equal to I naught cos square theta. That means in this, according to Malus law, we will say that fully polarized light is incident on any analyzer. The intensity of analyzes the polarized light, and we will get the light coming out of it changes with the square of the cosine of the angle made by the transmission. That means I equal to I naught cos square theta I. Here I is the intensity of light and I naught is the initial intensity. That initial intensity light will be exposed to the analyzer. We will get the cosine square of the theta I. Here theta is the angle. And next one is the explain Brewster's law. Brewster's law is nothing but the refractive index mu of the medium of the transparent surface is equal to the tangent of the angle of the polarization occurs through reflection. That is nothing but the refractive index will be equal to the tangential component of the Brewster's angle or polarization angle. Theta by E is nothing but a Brewster angle. That means the reflected light which is polarized perpendicular to the refracted light wave. That means it expressed as mu. Brewster's law gives mu equal to tan theta b. That means the refractive index will be equal to the tangential component of the Brewster angle theta b. So here we will get the reflected light. We will get the polarized from only due to the reflected light, not refracted. Observe here the diagram. This is the unpolarized light. Due to the refraction, this is also unpolarized light. But this is the reflected light. We will get the reflected light with the polarized light. This is the unpolarized light and this is the polarized light. We will get the polarized light with the help of the reflection, not only refraction. This is the Brewster's angle and the Mann's law. And next class we will discuss the next unit. The wave optics will be completed today. Thank you.